the hostess with the mostest. You want to make sure that you join us. You want to come over here?
I will.
So we're going to share this screen together, and I can tell you right now, you do not want to miss what we're going to be talking about. And where are we again, Shawn?
We are at Rega's Sweet Bean in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hi, everybody. Well, I do want to introduce myself. Again, I'm Sharon Ellis, creative consultant and writing coach at ShanEllis.com. And I'm so happy to be here interviewing and having this intimate chat with author Sharon Jenkins. Woo!
Fantabulous.
Fantabulous. And she has a new book here, and it's called Will the Real Authorpreneur Please Stand Up? And so today we're going to talk a little bit more about Sharon, find out who she is, what this book is all about, and of course, what are our next steps of writing, publishing, and what it is to be an entrepreneur. So, hi Sharon.
Hi, Shawn. Can you tell everybody a little bit about me, and then we'll have some fun?
Absolutely. Sharon she's the inspirational principal and the Master Communicators Writing Services. And the Master Communicators Writing Services provides business communication services to small businesses, nonprofits, and authors.
Yes, I love authors.
She is the mastermind behind the annual Authors Networking Summit, America's favorite author competition, and Houston's favorite author competition. And she's also known as the Master Communicator. So I'm very excited to find out what is the Master Communicator and how did you come up with that being your title?
Well, one day I was sitting in the house and I was like, I need an alias. I need something that's going to bring some power, power to who I am. And so I was like, well, I like to communicate and I have a master's. So why not the Master Communicator?
Hello.
So that's where the name came from.
Well, that's awesome. So being a Master Communicator, you're also an editor.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So how does that come into play?
Well, actually, I worked for a marketing and communications company in the fourth largest city in the United States, Houston, Texas.
Right,
and I was their editor. Okay, and it was a fairly popular journal in Houston, Texas, and still is. And so I I learned and I bit and really got an understanding for what editing was all about. And I used to be a teacher anyway, so editing and teaching go hand in hand.
Absolutely. All right. Well, she has some mini solo projects, including Beyond the Closet Door, Crisis Rescue from Abuse, Authorpreneurship, the Business Startup Manual for Authors. I have that book too.
Yeah.
Which is a culmination of everything she has learned from her literary experience. We're going to start off with our interview session, our intimate chat, and then we're going to talk about the book a little bit more. How's that sound?
Very good, very good. I'm ready to party.
All right, so let's party. Your book, Will the Real Authorpreneur Please Stand Up? There's a tip that says, do your research when you're beginning to write your book. So what is research and what is it that authors need to do before they even start writing the book?
Well, you have an idea, but you need to test to see if that idea has credibility. If your proposed target market has a hunger for that idea and that idea is true, or if it's tested and proven, then you're more likely going to sell a lot of books. Okay, so you need to do your research with your target market to see if that's a book that they would read. And if it's not a book that they would read and nobody shows an interest in you need to go back and regroup and modify your idea.
Okay, so you're talking about target market.
Yes.
So is it good to identify who it is that you're writing for, or just write and then at the end say, oh, okay, this might be good for single mothers, or this may be good for other authors, or do you identify that target market right up front?
Well, actually, you don't write until you do a book proposal. And the book proposal helps you put your marketing strategy together. So you go and you look at books that are similar in nature to the book that you want to write and the genre that you want to write in, and then you test the waters to see if your idea is a great idea.
Absolutely. I was in a writing seminar once and the speaker said readers love to read, but authors are also readers.
Yes.
And
yes.
they love to read.
Yes.
So that's very interesting that you said that. Researching the genre, looking at other authors, looking at, you know, what it is that you want to write and look at those books too. So that's awesome. Write a book in 30 days and 70,000 words in 30 days. Of course, she didn't complete that goal, so she felt like, oh gosh, I failed at this. So how reasonable should our writing schedules and our writing goals be so that we won't set ourselves up?
Well, I think you have to personally assess where you are, and then you have to test to see how many words you can write a day or set a goal. For example, it's not unreasonable to say that you're going to write 1,500 words a day or 500 words a day, depending on your availability to do so. So you have to test the market to see, and then you set up your schedule saying, this is what I'm going to do. I've noticed that I do good at 750 words a day, so that's what I'm going to do. And if it requires you to get up an hour early or to take a bag lunch to your job on your lunch hour, do that and use that time to write. Because if your message if your message is important enough for you to consider it, then that means that somebody else has considered it. And you need to be the person that steps up and becomes the expert in that area, or add your expertise or voice to that particular industry.
Wow. You said something very powerful, that you have an idea that you're writing and someone else also has that idea that you're writing. So when you find that happens and that person puts out that product before you, do you have those authors, or would you advise those authors to keep writing, become an expert in what you're writing? Because your book may be something totally different from the product that's already out there. Or how would you guide that author into going ahead and putting out their book?
Well, I would measure the saturation in the market. I'd go to Amazon.com and I'd go to my local bookstore, Barnes and Nobles, and I would measure the saturation of that particular idea concept in that genre, in that market. And then I would measure to see if their voice was similar to mine. And when you do a book proposal, that's what you find out. You actually literally go shopping for books similar to the one that you want to write. So it's obvious whether if you go on Amazon and let's say you put in your topic and only 2 books pop up, then the market isn't saturated, you know, and then you look closely at those books and you determine whether or not those books are the same voice that you would have in the industry or in that marketplace. So that's the moral of that story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So now, what are the next steps? You're marketing this book, or do you start marketing before you even start writing?
Okay, get ready, get ready.
Get ready.
When you put your pen on the paper to write a book, you should also start your marketing strategy. You should not wait until your book is finished to start marketing, because who's going to buy your book? Think about it. Where is your readership? If, let's say, the last time I was on Amazon and I checked how many new books that were being produced that day, it was in the millions. So if Amazon is releasing over 1.5 million books, and I'm just pulling that number because that's what I saw when I looked the last time, a day. So is anybody going to read your book unless they know about you or know about, you know, what you've written about or have a relationship with you. So you've got to pump the volume up, the marketing volume up, and establish your brand width so that you can get people to buy your book.
Wow, so it starts at the very beginning.
The very beginning.
When you put that pen to paper,
Right,
you need
right.
to start thinking about that marketing plan.
I'm a key. I promote the fact that you need to do a book proposal before you even write your book.
Okay, so what is a book proposal? Is that like a business proposal?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It helps you to identify what your title is, your chapter outline. You do your chapter outlines and your chapter titles, and it also allows you to do a synopsis on your book chapters. Okay, and then you do the marketing piece, you do the comparison, and you do your study for the market in a book proposal.
So is social media a good place to market, or are readers on social media, or are they more in bookstores and book clubs and literary conferences? Where are we?
Readers are everywhere, so that's why you have to be everywhere.
Okay, all right.
Little did I know about Periscope until a couple of days ago. Little did I know about Blab. My social media guru friend said, hey, you need to be on these. And I was like, okay, something else to be on. But I love the technology, and it allows me to go to countries that ordinarily I wouldn't get on a plane and go to.
Right.
Yeah, and meet people that I ordinarily wouldn't meet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, and thank you so much for watching and listening to the fabulously wonderful authorpreneur Sharon Jenkins. This interview with her was so great, and we learned so much from her experience. But before she jets back to Houston, Texas, she leaves us with her top 10 tips for the entrepreneur's success. So I hope you all got a glimpse of what her passion is, what she writes about, and what she loves. And that is, she absolutely loves entrepreneurs. So here are the 10 tips. And make sure to read the credits at the end, follow us on social media, and make sure to sign up to my monthly newsletter to get great writing tips, new blog posts, and exclusive offers. Check back for future videos. Talk to you soon. Bye.